I'm Saud, and in this video we are going to have fun with deadlocks. Let's say we have two babies B1, and let's say did I just say we have two babies? Okay, let's say there are two babies B1 and B2, and let's say you have two toys T1 and T2. Now suppose you gave toy T1 to baby B1 and you gave toy T2 to baby B2. But now these babies get jealous of each other and they start crying. B1 won't stop crying till he or she gets T2, and B2 won't stop crying till he or she gets T1. But both these babies are not willing to give up the toys that they already have. This kind of a situation is deadlock. In technical terms, B1 and B2 are two processes and T1 and T2 are resources. B1 already has access to resource T1 and B2 has access to resource T2. But now for its completion, B1 needs T2 and B2 needs T1. But none of the processes are willing to give up the hold that they have on the resources that are already accessed by them. We'll model this situation using a graph. So first we'll write the processes. We have two processes over here, B1 and B2. Processes are enclosed in circles, so we'll draw a circle around B1 and B2. And we have two resources T1 and T2. Resources are enclosed in square boxes. Next we'll draw the arrows. If a process already has a resource, then the arrow will point towards the process. So B1 has T1, so the arrow will point towards B1. And B2, baby B2 has toy T2, so the arrow will point towards B2. And if a process is trying to get hold of a resource, then the arrow will point towards the resource. So B1 is trying to get hold of B2, B1 is trying to get hold of T2 and B2 is trying to get hold of T1, or B2 is waiting for T1. This is the graph for this situation. Whenever a cycle is formed, it indicates that a deadlock has occurred. There are many ways to handle deadlocks. One of them is using the ostrich algorithm. In the ostrich algorithm, you'll simply ignore the crying babies and walk away, hoping that someday these kids would grow up and stop crying. This won't solve the problem, but you won't lose your cool. Now this is not the ideal thing to do if these babies are yours. This was about deadlocks. Thank you very much for listening.